fighting robots. Megaman.
Yeah. Oh, nostalgia. Oh man, that used to be the sign of quality back in the day. That used to mean you're about to play one of the best games ever made. They're getting back. The dark days are over. I feel like they're trying to earn their way back into our good graces. Dr. Kane, the character who is mentioned like twice in the entire series, I think. Megaman X. Look at these fucking blueprints. Equipped with a helmet. And a torso. Oh, he's got a gun for a hand. Very Japanese. Legs! What is this monstrosity having legs? Warning, finding fucking robots turned out to be a bad thing. X is the first of a new generation of robots with contained an innovative new feature. The ability to think, feel, and make their own decisions. So, like, all the robots in classic Mega Man were just, like, they didn't have a personality. They weren't independent, sapient beings. They just had programming built into them. Of course, X is special because he doesn't have Asimov's rules built in. That's why he was, like, locked away, so that he could learn, okay, maybe killing people for no reason's a bad thing. You know, maybe, given enough time. Of course, he's called X, because X is, like, a variable, so he could have infinite fucking potential, or whatever. And his buddy's name is Zero. Empty, but possessing limitless possibilities. I got Persona on the brain. Just platinum the shit out of that game. Okay, first things first. Let's edit these. What brain trust has dash on A? That's so ridiculous. There we go. So this game, it wasn't the very first game I ever played in my entire life, but it's like the first game I have cognizant memory of playing. Like, when it wasn't. I know there were games before this, but this is the game that I have, like, when I think back to, like, when I came online, you know? Like, when your thought process as a person begins, this is the game I played. And I have so many fucking childhood memories associated with this game. It's so fucking good. If you held a gun to my head and told me I had to give you an answer to what's your favorite game of all time, this would probably be it. This is probably pretty close to being my favorite game of all time. I don't like the idea of picking one game. What the fuck? Off to a rollicking good start. Jesus Christ. That's a great way to start this. Why does this keep happening? That happened in Resident Evil 4 also, when I did Resident Evil 4. Another game you could very easily claim is one of my favorite games of all time. I also died really embarrassingly early on in that to something stupid. Why does this keep happening to me? Let's just ignore that. This is probably up there because I played this game all the fucking time. I have so many weird little memories of, like, I don't remember where I was or what was happening in life and what I was doing, but I remember I was playing Mega Man X at the time. Like, I remember, for some reason, having my Super Nintendo and, like, a little tiny little portable TV set up in the kitchen and playing it on the counter. And I don't remember where this was. It was not our house. I know it wasn't our house. But I remember being in a kitchen, sitting on the counter, playing Mega Man X. I remember going over to someone's house, and I don't remember who it was. Like, I was taken there as like a family trip visit thing. Look at that. Watch this. Oh yeah, look, they both fall. That's so cool. Anyway, I remember being taken there, and I brought my Super Nintendo and fucking Mega Man X, and I remember playing Mega Man X just in the living room amidst these strangers. Like, there's so many contextless scenario memories that I have in my head for which Mega Man X is the fulcrum. I fucking love this game. That's another. That's the thing, though. I remember I could never beat this game as a kid. I could consistently and reliably make it to the final boss, but as a child, I could never, ever, ever beat the final boss. I remember the moment when, like, in my adult years, when I was finally able to beat fucking Sigma. Whoop. Speaking of being in that stranger's house and playing this game, this is the part I played, obviously, at the beginning of the game, and I remember, like, some dude who lived there being like, "Oh, dude, are you gonna beat him?" or saying some stupid shit. And I, being a smartass, knew that it was an impossible boss fight that you couldn't beat. So I remember just, like, either making a face at him or something like, "What are you, a fucking idiot? Of course you won't be able to beat him." Like, I must have just stood there and let him wail on me or something, and he was like, "What are you fucking doing, kid? You can't beat him." There's Zero. He's so fucking cool. You're supposed to be the main character, Zero. You're supposed to be the main character. You were designed by Inafune himself. That's the great thing. I have the Mega Man X, like, art book, design works, whatever it's called. If you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger. You may even become as powerful as I am. What? Anyway, I'll scout ahead. What the fuck are you doing, Zero? You go fight the 8 strongest Maverick. What is Zero doing behind the scenes all this time? In the design works, Inafune, like, didn't really give a shit about designing X, but, like, Zero was his baby, and, like, he wouldn't let anyone else draw Zero. Look at this. Look at, like, it just shows you a picture of where the stage is, but you could also press on the map, and, like, you have this cool little world map, and it shows you where, in relation to all the other stages, the place you're going is, and it gives you a little, like, rundown. Height and weight, 5 feet, 34 inches. Japan, you do not know anything about height and weight, do you? All these people are fucking tall as shit. To a man, every single one of these robots is taller than I am. If you took these characters' sprites and lined them up side by side, they would not match up with these height and weight rundowns. Anyway, we're doing Chill Penguin first. Because this is Mega Man, so the first boss you gotta fight is the ice one. Zero was originally meant to be the main character of this new series. Like, Inafune wanted to be, like, strike out and really define Mega Man X as, like, a brand new series. But he knew that, like, the higher-ups at Capcom would be like, "Where the fuck is Mega Man?" Like, who's this new main character? Or, like, it's called Mega Man. You need to have the main character be Mega Man. Excuse me. So, like, he showed them the X, like, the new design for Mega Man, and then slipped Zero onto the table, and was like, "And how about this guy as the sidekick?" Even though, of course, Zero the whole time was meant to be the new main character. He finally got his shot with Mega Man Zero, which is another great game. I never really got into the classic Mega Man games. My childhood memories are all associated with this Mega Man X, and Mega Man Zero, which I played on the Game Boy very often. Once again, I have a lot of, like, proxy memories of playing Mega Man Zero on, like, camping trips and stuff. X, I gave you the ability to choose your own path. I hoped you would choose a life of peace, but then the world would shit itself up its own asshole. I know you're probably dealing with some Dr. Wily bullshit, so I hid 100 million capsules all over the world that you can run across and discover at various points. Like, it's like, what, 8 sequences of 4 hidden capsules, all with different variations of the same upgrade. And some of those capsules had upgrades for Zero. Like, Zero would come across one of these light capsules, and Dr. Light would be like, oh shit, Zero, you're Dr. Wily's kid, right? I don't really have anything for you, but here's some new armor? Question mark? So this is why you always do Chill Penguin first, because you gotta get the Dash Boots. The Dash Boots are hands down the best fucking upgrade. Like, all the other upgrades that you get from Dr. Light are kind of terrible. The Dash Boots are so good that they just said, fuck it, and just gave them to you by default at the beginning of every other game. Every other game, you just start the game already having the Dash Boots. These also really redefined, like, what X was capable of doing compared to classic Mega Man. Because classic Mega Man is all about, like, one-screen obstacle courses. X is able to it's a scrolling screen. So X is able to dash around and just has so much more maneuverability than classic Mega Man ever did. He eventually gets a slide or something like that, classic Mega Man, but this is probably the primary reason I could never get into classic Mega Man, because I played Mega Man X first, and I just couldn't deal with, like, the lack of maneuverability comparatively. Compared to what you're able to do in Mega Man X, Mega Man Classic feels like you're missing a limb or something. I just could not get my mind wrapped around it. Also, like, it took a long time before Mega Man Classic had a charge shot as well. Oh, something cool is, god damn it! Something cool is, about the Dash Boots is, if you shoot guys normally, just look at the Chill Penguin's life bar. I'm only taking off 1 blip with every Mega Buster shot, right? With every lemon. But, if you hit them with your Dash Boots while dashing, you do an extra blip of damage. It's not doubled, it's just an extra blip. Watch his health. Boom, took off 2 blips. 2 blips. See, compare and contrast. 1 blip. Oh, you dick. 2 blips. Isn't that nifty? It works when you're charging, too. It doesn't double it. It just does an extra blip of damage. So, the optimal way to play is to charge and then boom, do a dash shoot. Like, that took off 3, I think it was, 3 blips of damage. If you did it while charging, I would have while dashing, I would have killed them because it would have done an extra blip of damage. So that's the cool thing about the Dash Boots. For, like, you're able to just cheese it, like, the maneuverability you have, the capabilities of moving around the world, Shotgun Ice. I always hated the color that the Shotgun Ice gave you. It looks so lame. It's just yellow and a lighter shade of blue. Anyway, next is Spark Armadillo. Spark Mandrill? What the fuck is a Mandrill? I have no idea what the fuck a Mandrill is, what he's supposed to be. He looks kind of Egyptian. Anyway, we're actually going to be coming back to this stage later on to show off some nifty things. Oh, you know what I should have did? it doesn't really matter. I can probably get footage of it later if I really feel like it. completing stages in a certain order will cause changes in other stages. So what? Remember that E-tank is over there. Because we're gonna come back for it. This is basically gonna be a 100% run. This is at minimum gonna be a Hadoken run, that's for sure. I'm gonna get everything that you need to get the Hadoken. Completing the stages in a certain order causes differences amidst the stages. So, we finished Chill Penguin stage, which means that... Ah, fuck! What the fuck is going on? This is very embarrassing. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Just the stupidest deaths. Not even like a legit death. Just a that was retarded death. What is this LP curse? You're just gonna look like a fool every time you try and do this. One side, homie. Since we finished Chill Penguin stage first, the elephants... Thank you, free life. The elephants stage is going to be different when we get to it, because he's like the fire guy. You like how I fucking have the appearances of the lumens fucking memorized? I just know where they're gonna be. Fuck this guy. All the mini-bosses have weaknesses, but I fucking forget what they are. Like, this guy is extra weak to one of the boss's abilities, but I don't remember what it is. Like, because the elephant guy is like the fire dude, obviously finishing the ice dude's level first is, before doing his, is going to cause some changes in it. And if we had finished... Fucking love the music in this game too, man. This game's the best. If we had finished, Storm Eagles, fuck you, stage before doing this one, then this stage would be slightly different as well. Which is why we're gonna come back to it after doing Storm Eagles stage, because it causes nifty little differences. This game actually has like replay value in doing certain stages before other ones and seeing what it affects. Some stages don't get changed, but some do, and it's really fun to go back and see. First, life upgrade. I forget how many there are, but I know where they all are, but I don't have it like documented in my brain. I don't have it a checklist of it or anything, I just know when playing the level, oh, I gotta go here and get the fucking life upgrade or the energy tank. Yeah! Oh, excuse me. I didn't know that I was interrupting. Asshole. Piece of shit. Well, that was really short. Oh man, another game that I would love to go back in time and play for the first time yet again. Because I am just blitzing through this. To a degree of overconfidence, I am actually fucking up on really stupid things. If you hit him while he's frozen, it'll like cause him... It'll give him invincibility frame, so it's actually best to wait until he breaks out and then hit him again. Using a... Spurkamandrel is like the one who has the most exploitable elemental weaknesses. Other guys, even with their elemental weakness, they still put up a decent fight. So they're not all gonna be that embarrassingly easy. And we get the electric shock, obviously. See, that one's more legit. It's just a straight yellow. That's fine. Man, I do remember actually writing down all the fucking passwords. Of course, the password system is based on Armored Armadillo, is based on flags. whether or not you have certain life upgrades. Beating, like, the password I just got isn't the password for beating. Look at this guy. Look at this. He's a bat. Doesn't he look familiar? Doesn't this bat look familiar to you? Look at him. What a bat! Ah, thank you. He always drops something really good. You can come back to this stage and farm that bat for 1-ups. Because that's a bat from classic Megaman, obviously. This is the only stage in the entire game he appears in. And he always drops something really good. Either like a full life canister or a health upgrade. What's up, buddy? Thank you for opening things up for me there. Go and grab ourselves our first energy tank in the game. Another, not necessarily a mini-boss, an obstacle that exploiting the charge dash allows you to the charge dash. The dash trick where it increases the damage you do makes dealing with him a lot easier. There's not really any purpose. Like, that first guy you're supposed to be running away from. So there's not really any reason to go ahead and worry about killing him. Especially since we don't have the helmet yet for this stage. Ugh. Fuck off. Get out of my face. Look at the meta bees. I love these guys. They're just so cute. Oh, they're just the cutest. I would love a fucking... Because I played this game and also the Battle Network games, which also have whatever they're called, Metatetas, Helmet Bros as generic enemies. I would, like, these guys are actually iconic of the Mega Man series to me. I would love to have a fucking, like a plushie of a Metamet. Whatever they're fucking called. Meta something. I don't have all the fucking names of the fucking generic Mega Man enemies memorized, okay? I don't know, like, what do I look like to you? They also, like, slightly redesign him each time, which I think is, like, a nice little... You fucking piece of shit! Excuse me. Oh my fucking god, I almost died in the stupidest fucking way. Come on. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. Got my roller coaster ride. Yeah! Oh, it's so great! Look at these lemons. Look, we're keeping up with them. Yeah! Okay, this guy we gotta kill. Gotta go ahead and hurry up and kill. There, look at that, with time to spare. Didn't drop anything. What a stingy asshole. You see what I mean about how, like, the charge really, like, doing this, it's usually sometimes better than just wasting time charging up a shot, because you can stack damage up so much. Here we go. Look at this. Here's the best part in any video game ever. Yeah, break this like it. It's actually such a bummer playing that part on an emulator, because back in the day on a legit super ass Nintendo, Super Nintendo, fuck man, it was so fun getting to that part. Excuse me, I don't appreciate that you're cheating using armor like that. Why don't you be fair and fight me like a man, you fucking pussy? Because when you get to that part, like, the Super Nintendo hardware just cannot handle all the birds flying around, so it'll just stutter into shit. It will just drop, like, the frame rate will degenerate into, like, 10 frames per second. It's amazing. That moment is where I get the term, break this like a Super Nintendo game. That moment where the Mega Man X is just degenerating into death because of those fucking birds. I almost never use this until you get the, what's it called, like the Ultra Beam or something like that. I always have such trouble remembering who is weak Armored Armadillo's weapon. I'm pretty sure it's Launch Octopus. But don't hold that against me, because, like, that's where it really starts to break down. Like, Chill Penguin is weak to Flame Mammoth, obviously. Spark Mandrill being weak to Chill Penguin, that makes a degree of sense, because in Japan, like, they have lightning and ice on their elemental wheels, so it does make sense. Electricity being strong against a guy who wears armor, that makes sense. What the fuck is an octopus weak against? A big rolling blue ball of armor? What the like? It doesn't make sense what that Boomer Kawanger is weak against Launch Octopus either. Or that Sting Chameleon's weak to Boomer Kawanger. Or that fucking Storm Eagle is weak against fucking Sting Chameleon. Like, none of these make any sense. The classic Mega Man games at least always had a degree of logic to the weaknesses. I always loved Launch Octopus. He's my favorite. Sorta. Storm Eagle's pretty cool too. What the fuck even is a Kawanger? Like, what animal is that supposed to be? I don't know what a fucking mandrill is, and I don't know what a Kawanger is. They really started running out of ideas after some point. That's why I was like, I think it was Mega Man 4, which had, like, Gemini Man, or whatever it was called, like, Geometry Dude. I fucking forget. That was the most retarded fucking boss. Like, we're already getting down to, like, mathematical concepts. They have just completely run out of ideas. At least, like, Mega Man X bosses sound like they could be Metal Solid bosses. Solid Snake, Spark Armadillo, like Armored Armadillo, Boomer Kawanger, Sniper Wolf, Liquid Ocelot, Bomber Duck. Which one of those were Metal Gear characters and which one were Mega Man characters? It's genuinely hard to tell the difference. Like, the naming etymology is so similar. Oh, hey, look. It's these, air pufferfish dudes. Oh, they attack by eating you, and you can wiggle around, and you can see their sprite changes based on whether or not you're wiggling, and you slowly take damage by being inside them. It's very interesting enemy design you guys have there. I don't know where they could have possibly come up with an idea for an enemy such as this. That's very interesting, you know. Weird, yeah, weirdos. I don't know why it would come up with an enemy design who attacks you by eating you, and you lose damage by slowly digesting in their robo belly. That's just freaky. That's fucking bizarre. Oh my fucking god! Here's what's gonna happen. Because I'm, like, pimping my adoration and knowledge of this game, I'm going to exclusively die really fucking stupid deaths. That's what's going to happen. Every single death in this game is going to be not from a tough boss or a difficult enemy encounter, it's just going to be from dumb shit moron deaths, like falling into pits and getting crushed by something stupid. So, like, that's the curse. That's the Let's Play curse right there. Just the dumbest, inexcusable demise. Like, the more better you think you know a game, the stupider the deaths you're going to have will be. Oh man, speaking of this video game greatly influencing my interests in my developmental years, with those fish there, as I have said, and will probably continue to say in the future, I fucking love robots, man. Fucking, like, self-aware, oh my god. artificial intelligence robots are like my favorite science fiction concept. Like, fucking Data is my homeboy. Know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Let me get on you. Let me ride you. There we go. He's fucking dead. Although with this guy, I usually have trouble where I'm like, oh shit, where are the spikes? Don't fall and land on the spikes after you kill him while riding around on his back like that. Yeah, there's 4 E10... No, I think every stage has a life upgrade. And either a light capsule or an E-tank. I think that's what the breakdown is. Anyway, here's where you're supposed to fight that boss. Mini encounter. This game has a lot of mini-bosses that you wouldn't necessarily call bosses, but are like boss-esque encounter enemies. Like those bees in the first stage, these guys, the electric bro back in Spark Manzel's stage. There's actually a lot of like encounters like this in this game that set it apart. That's what sets it. Like, there's a lot of things in this game that set it apart from Mega Man Classic, and are also part of the reason why I never really got into Mega Man Classic. Oh, hey guys, how's it hanging? Oh no, that's okay. I'll come play with you guys later. It's okay. Just chill out. Wait for me. I gotta go kill your boss. I guess they work for Missile Octopus, Launcher, Octopus, whatever his fucking name is. I'll come play with you guys later. After I beat Sigma, I'll come back and chill with you guys later on. Because in classic Mega Man, it's very explicit that they're just ones and zeros. They're just programming. They're not, like, sapient. They're sentient, but not sapient. They are, like, I do not understand how this is his weakness. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. If it makes sense to you, like, please explain it, because I don't get it. Oh, he's invincible. I didn't notice that. I guess, like, because armor will keep you safe from missiles? I don't really get it, man. In Mega Man Classic, they're just programs. They're just ones and zeros. But X, at minimum, is explicitly said to be sapient. He's explicitly said to have the capability of independent thought. And dreams and shit. You know, all that stuff. All that ephemeral stuff that exists in between, like, the gray matter and the chemicals that makes you human. He's got it. Like, the question of, you know, the Pinocchio question of, are you a real boy? That's not a factor. That's what it's called, the Pinocchio question.